Well, greetings, dear viewers. Okay, I need to put the light on. It's quite dark in here, and I need to get Batty. Batty isn't here yet, so I'll be right back. Okay, good evening. Who do we have in the chat? We have Peter saying good day, folks. Good day, and actually good morning to you, Peter. I believe it's early morning, 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, Tuesday morning. And we have Jens saying hello, everybody. Well, hello, Jens. Okay, and I could have done this in preparation just a moment ago, but I just absolutely forgot. I need to show you a picture from, oh yeah, where is it? There. I had to get something for the stream, because as I told you on Friday, my dear co-host Bertil was on a great journey. Let's get that one, and get that one up. Okay. Where do I have it? I'm sorry. So today we are going to talk about. Of course, I think I'll have to address certain things occurring in Europe right now, but that will be secondary in when it comes to talking about things today. Okay, let's. Where do I get image? Okay, nope. Let's take another one. Image. Okay. This here. Bertil was on his great journey, and he met with a great black hound. There's a great black hound you can see here is Yo-Yo. He's a black Labrador. So Bertil met his new friend, and his, oh well, not new friend but old friend, uh, old acquaintance on his big journey, great journey across Finland. Okay, and here we have, of course, Stefan, my other co-host, and for today I have beer. This is a Finnish porter type beer. Is that the correct porter type beer? It's a Finnish one, and it actually it has licorice in it. So licorice porter beer is what I have for you today, and the brand is Karhu, which is bear in Finnish. And 5.5% alcohol. Okay. Now we need to take up the bulk of tonight's nope, not that one. Nope. Okay. Where do I have it? Here. Yes. So, is RuPaul transphobic? Okay. Is my for those of you who do not know who RuPaul is, well, shame on you. It's this person, RuPaul Andre Charles, born November 17th, 1960, in San Diego, California. So, a cisgender gay man. What could go wrong? American gay cis man. What could go wrong? Many things. Okay. There was an article in Vox.com. This has been updated on March 7th, 2018. So this is from a few years ago, but I doubt many things have actually changed since this took place, because I'll come to that a bit further down the line. Okay, how RuPaul's this Vox.com, I can link that in the chat a bit later. So RuPaul is not RuPaul is not taking gender seriously. Is known for not taking gender seriously. For trans performers, that can pose a problem. Okay. Where do I have it? Okay. Miss Peppermint here is a transgender woman who took part in RuPaul's Drag Race a few years ago. I think it was in 2017. I think this article said here. Yeah. He said. Yeah, in a recent interview with The Guardian, which is a reputable British newspaper, if this is the Guardian we are talking about here, writes that Decca Aitkenhead asked RuPaul about the contradiction between his playfully elastic sensibility and the militant earnestness of transgender movement, which already yikes. Though Aitkenhead notes RuPaul picked his next words, quote unquote, carefully, his answer wound up its way to saying that he, quote unquote, probably wouldn't have admitted a transgender woman like Peppermint, an iconic New York City performer who made the finals in season 9 after coming out as trans on the show, if she had already started gender affirming surgery. Why? I don't get it, you know? I really don't. Okay. So RuPaul goes on to say, you can identify as a woman and say you're transitioning, but it changes once you start changing your body, he said. It takes, and I quote, it takes on a different thing. It changes the whole concept of what we're doing. This means basically something I think he has said before. I'm not sure if I have the faint recollection of him or an associate of his saying that only cis men can do drag. But he's basically, but he is here indirectly saying he appears to be quite careful what he says in this interview, but he's basically implying cis women, only cis men can do drag, which is quite success. It's not how it's supposed to be. I mean, the trans women who do drag, the the trans women who do drag, they're the best. They are. I think the trans women who do drag are better than the cis men. And I've seen um, a presumably cis woman do uh, drag king, or like the masculine drag, and I've seen a cis woman do drag. So it's not just reserved for cis gay men. And why would it be? For no good reason at all. I don't get it. Okay, the response immediately sparked the wave of disappointed anger in several communities, overlapping communities. Drag Race fans, the show's former contestants, trans and otherwise, and trans performance. Jens says he's milking a technicality using dictionary definitions instead of facing the actual issue. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is what we are. What he's talking about. He's basing his arguments on technicality or technicalities rather, but there is no rule anywhere that says only cis men can do drag. As already stated, I think trans women trans women are the trans people are the best doing drag. Yeah? uh, Trans women and other trans people are yeah. uh, okay. In response to growing backlash, RuPaul doubled down on an ill-advised tweet. You can take performance enhancing drugs and still be an athlete, just not in the Olympics. RuPaul Charles, March 5th, 2018. Milking a technicality. Yeah, you can be an athlete. Yeah, okay. You can go and build up your own gym if and do your shit there. If you choose to do performance enhancing drugs and you get banned from all the gyms and otherwise and public sports spaces, you can build your own gym and call yourself an athlete because you do sports in your own basement. Fine. To it was no surprise that this didn't uh, this didn't do anything to help the situation here. Okay. There's William Bailey who for some reason got kicked out of seeing his husband during the production. I don't know. Okay, issued a series of furious Instagram posts urging other Drag Race alumni to speak out, saying, "We work with trans women every night side by side," William wrote, "and for them to be denied the opportunities because of someone's narrow-minded view on what they call drag is fucked. It is fucked because what makes RuPaul Andre Charles um, the gatekeeper of drag? What to define what is drag and who what is drag and what is not? He is not that there is no gatekeeper here. There's no gatekeeper scenario here because um, RuPaul is in no position to say that drag made by cis men is drag, but the drag made by trans women is not drag. No one is in the position of saying of making such claim. I don't think so. I'm not. RuPaul isn't. No one is. Um, yeah. It, some may say that this stuff is not beer because it has licorice in it. Some may say that beer with cherry in it is not beer because it has licorice or cherry in it. So it's not. Who's the gatekeeper? No one. Okay. Less than 7 hours later, of his after his controversial tweet, this one here, making the comparison to sports and uh, the performance enhancing drugs. RuPaul reeled his words all the way back. Wow, I understand and regret the hurt I have caused. He wrote, the trans community are heroes of our shared LGBTQ movement. You are my teachers. In her response, Peppermint called the apology an important step emphasizing that women should, and I quote, women should be not be defined by what surgeries they have or haven't had, and that, and I quote, gay men do not own the idea of gender performance. No, they do not. Absolutely not. No. But I think what RuPaul said here is an anti-apology. Hmm? I I talked about this with you people in the video regarding J.K. Rowling. My video is J.K. Rowling cancelled. Hmm? That was some months ago. Please, I might as well just link it in the chat once I get onto it. Yes, there we are. Okay. Is J.K. Rowling cancelled? Yes. So she used a a rhetoric that that many decided to take a swing at because she used the excuse, the sort of she used she said in her defense, she said, I know and love many trans people, but and then kept on doubling down on her slurs. But what what kind of an apology is that? I love trans people. I know and love a few trans people. I know and love trans people, but I still think they are horrible people. They're sick. I think trans people are sick. Should be, things should be done to them, and encouraging hate speech. Um, Also, it's this kind of circular reasoning, or whatever you wish to call it. Um, I know trans people, but I know gay people, but trans women do excellent drag, but uh, atheists, mm, you know, I think the earth, I think the earth is a globe, but you get what I mean. I know I like saying you know and love a few trans people, but you still but I know a few gay people, but I still hate gay people, or love this, love the hate the sin, love the sinner kind of thinking. Super Ghosts UK. Oh, hello, good sir. I hope you're doing well. Saying some people do vote and have opinions that are even against their own interest. Precisely. Yes. Okay. Okay. I think it's really heavy. All this transphobia. So that's let's see. Okay. We have a what I want to share this video, which is a bit lighter because uh, before we go back into the world of transphobia, this is when you mix Sprite, Coca Cola, and Mentos. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Wow. Yikes. Yeah. People do not do this at home. Don't do this at home. Yeah. Just I do not encourage doing that at home. I take no responsibility of my followers' actions. Okay. Okay. So let's go. It has been contentious. This his relationship with drag community. In 2012, after Lance Bass issued an apology for using the word tranny and cited its use on RuPaul's Drag Race as as part of why he thought it might be okay. RuPaul openly annoyed that Bass should have to walk that back. I love, and now this is RuPaul talking. So Hang on, is it? I could have checked this before. This yeah, yeah. So RuPaul saying, "I love the word tranny," he insisted, and no one has ever said the word tranny in a derogatory sense. What? And fact check, wrong, so wrong, 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 wrong. 2 years later, one of the show's first real tests came as it finally acknowledged that transgender people, including former Drag Race contestants, were uncomfortable with the fact that RuPaul would beam in announcements to the show's workroom with a cackling you've got she-male, a play on a particularly vicious derogatory term for transgender women, and that refers to porn industry, uh, which is I believe it's a genre of its own. Um, okay, um, and a former contestant logo. Where do we have it? Okay. Yeah, yeah. Yes, logo. The show's home network officially ditched it for the seventh season, but RuPaul was again openly annoyed about it. No wonder. Uh, you'd have to ask the network why they did it. He told the Vulture in 2016, but I had nothing to do with that. Oh really? But you did, fucking moron. Um, he added that we do take feelings seriously and intention seriously, but that if and I quote, if you are trigger happy and you're looking for a reason to reinforce your own victimhood, your own perception of yourself as a victim, you'll look for anything that will reinforce that. Oh come on, man. So is he a transphobe? Yes, it is. Excuse after an excuse after another. Once again, the same type of um. No, well, first it was I know gay people, but I know trans people, but now it's victim blaming and shemale. You've got shemale. Come on. He should know better. He was at this point. He was in mid to late 60s. No, sorry, 50s. Mid to late 50s. I've been in the gay scene for decades. So yeah. So just people remember, tranny is an offensive word. It is, and most likely it will always be. Um, though reclaiming derogatory language is and always has been a part of the LGBTQ experience, RuPaul trying to do trying to do so with a term that isn't his to reclaim. Yes, that is correct. It isn't his to reclaim. Um, isn't revolutionary. His discomfort with being called out therefore looks an awful lot like a railing against political correctness wrapped in a guise of a right to unlimited self-expression, precisely. Oh, yeah, yeah. RuPaul Charles, what do we do with you? Um, he's what a he's a dick, you know. is a dick. Okay? And a transphobe, in my opinion. Acrophobia is Acrophobia is a mental health condition in which the individual experiences an intense fear of heights. It's a type of anxiety disorder. Sorry, I had to Google. I had no idea what acrophobia is. Yeah, okay. So, Supergirl says people need to learn that the only phobia that is semi reasonable is acrophobia. That's the fear of heights. There is no reason to hate, fear someone based on their gender, sexuality, ethnicity, etc. Yeah, and also semi-reasonable uh, phobias are arachnophobia and the fear of snakes, whatever you want to call that. Certain other phobias are semi-reasonable because many many arachnids would more than happily kill you. So many uh, snakes would love to kill you uh, at any point given the possibility. So, but yes, there is no real reason to. Supergirl says, of course, but most animals stay away from humans out of their own fear of us. Precise. Yes, that is correct. That is correct. Yeah, and many fear the fear itself, and the however gravity doesn't care. Yes, it does not. Yes. Anyway, people. I have said before, uh, and I will say it again. People often tend to fear what they don't understand. You don't understand if a person has been indoctrinated into a religion and hence has been deprived of any sensible education and hence doesn't understand the LGBTQ plus things or has been lied to about openly lied to about the these things by immediate family, parents and otherwise, and perhaps the schooling system can be partially to blame. Uh, so these together, they don't understand how things go about. Hence, uh, they fear. It provokes fear in humans. If you don't understand something, it often provokes fear. And yes, my conclusion here is that yes, RuPaul Charles is a transphobe, whether he likes it or not, whether he admits it to admits and owns up to that or not, or whether he keeps making up excuses of many sorts. Oh yes, by the way, I might as well just the that's the link to the that's the J.K. Rowling video. That's a J.K. rolling video link. So check that out after we're done here. I highly recommend it. It was jolly good fun. So, do we have any questions at this point? At this point in time, perhaps we do, perhaps we don't. Anyway, uh, now that I mentioned um, the schooling system, I'm in an interesting position right now, schooling wise, because or when it comes to educational system. Um, Today I received an email from a former teacher of mine from nursing school. I've been in touch with her over the years, a number of times. I've actually been teaching at my old school, or lecturing at my old school about LGBTQ plus, or and but having the main focus on gender, the diversity of gender and biological sex. I've been teaching or educating future nurses, and now I've been requested to take part. This has been in brewing for some weeks now, for weeks for a number of weeks now. Um, and I will. Super guest says we just need to learn to get on with each other. End of before we uh, end up wiping ourselves out of this for such stupid reasons. Precisely. Yes. So I'm taking part in a book project. A former teacher of mine is writing with an actual book for the what a I need I need a dictionary uh, because my head doesn't work as well as it should. Okay, because it's it's for a textbook. Yes, textbooks. The psychiatric and uh, the mental health and substance abuse specialization studies, a textbook, a digital textbook to take. I've been requested to take part in one. Today I received an email with a lengthy text from the bit of text from the book, and I was asked to give my 2 cents about the book and the content, and and I had basically um, pretty much complete autonomy to decide what I will take into my bit, because it will be, I think it will be filmed, and will be a video and a podcast in two 5-minute parts, videos and podcasts. So, and my 2 cents on what the examination criteria for the grading part on on how to give give the grades, or the bases for different grades. It's an interesting one. It's a really interesting one. Okay. Okay. So before I forget and before people leave, I would like to remind you of the fact that there are links in the description box. There are links to my playlists, my Discord, my PayPal for one-time donations, and I have also have a Patreon. Patreon.com / Heidi Corner. Links are in the description box. And just a huge shout out and thank you to my wonderful patron, Flems. So, what do we have in the comments? Super Ghost UK says, congrats to you, Heidi, Smiley. You'll hopefully make a big impact in other people's lives. Peter says, you already do. Well, I hope I will. I wish to educate um, future nurses, future colleagues uh, on these issues, uh, because don't even have a clue. Supergirl said should have said it bigger. Yeah, well, I because healthcare, health and social care, it, the nurses, the Finnish nurses just need more information. The more the merrier, because as I said, it, knowledge reduces knowledge reduces fear. Because if I've heard a person who's been a real rookie about a rookie say um, after a while being on the job said I, I work with disabled people with the intellectual disabilities. I for the like I have for the past 10 years or so. Um, so many nurses in healthcare. I've heard people say that the people with intellectual disabilities are scary or dangerous, even in nowadays, that they are scary and dangerous, and you should be afraid of them. But why? There's no reason. The dangerous ones, of course, there are dangerous disabled people because there are different. There are dangerous non-disabled people, but the dangerous ones are locked up somewhere. You don't really see them unless you go there, unless you go and work there, which I have. I've worked with these really dangerous people who have yeah, really tough shit. But other than that, they're just so sweet people. I mean, I work with the elderly people. Elderly, uh, where I work now, they are elderly people. But they what I've learned from them is you should be happy of even the smallest things. They're not, like having hot chocolate, hot hot chocolate for every evening, or having a short having a short of um having a little alcohol, maybe a sip of wine, maybe something else. Be happy, don't be. I mean, yeah. Okay. What I wanted, what my point here is, I want an tangent, yes, but rejoice of the trans people in the community. Don't be a phobe. don't be a RuPaul or don't be a JK. Hmm? Just be mindful of what you say, but don't be afraid. Do we do we have any questions, commentary? Especially, I would like to have questions. From I think we have 4 viewers at the time right now. Ah, Superghost says, hang on. Jens goes to say every bit of education and knowledge spreads. Yes. Superghost replying, the same goes for misinformation. Sadly, that spreads a lot faster and easier. Yes, that is correct. Which we have seen in past few weeks. Jens says several of my friends are trans. I learned a lot from them. I'm glad to hear that you have learned things. Hey Google, tell us a joke.
Where do frogs keep their money? The riverbank.
this this here is seriously good. I haven't actually found this anywhere else than one grocery store, which is well, I don't really go to many grocery stores anyway, but I've seen this only in only one grocery store, which is our near is a wonderful grocery store near us where we live. Um, Super Ghost says, "How do you combat misinformation and hateful propaganda? And is there a way to be more effective to battle against it?" Meant to say, is there a way to more effectively battle it? Join Anonymous. There is a hacker collective called Anonymous. That's exactly what they're doing right as we speak right now. They are, they've blocked the government sites, the Kremlin websites and their servers and all that. They are hackers. I do not condone criminal activities, but I can do what I do condone is blocking fascist dictatorships, and that is what Russia is. I may get my channel taken down for saying that, but I really don't care because YouTube is a cowardly shit, and they censor the good people in in the fear of retaliation. Uh, Jen says they told me part of their stories, sparing me for the worst parts, but I could see the scars. Yes, it can leave scars, physical, emotional, and otherwise. Yes, it can. It's not easy, but life is not easy without without actually belittling anyone's experiences. But life isn't. Life is unfair, and more so for others, more so for minorities. By the way, about the NBC News about the Texas case that they now in the Texas decision makers actually think that being a supportive parent is child abuse. A supportive parent to trans kids is actually um, child abuse, but the White House has condemned it. which is good. Which is good. When was it? There has been. Uh, there is a White House spokesperson told ABC News saying the Texas Attorney General's attack on loving parents who seek medical care for their transgender children is dangerous to the health of kids in Texas and part of a much larger trend of conservative officials cynically attacking LGBTQI+ youth to score political points. Good point. So there's that. Pete says that's why we need to help each other. Yes, precisely. We don't know. I don't know Peter's cards, and he doesn't know mine. But that doesn't mean we can't be here today and stand side by side. Therefore, I stand by Ukraine. Hashtag. I might as well just add that to my video description. Let's go and see what we have here. What's the hashtag now? I stand with Ukraine. Okay. Now it should be there. Not just. Yes. Super Ghost says, being there for one another truly gives value to our lives. It does indeed. I wholeheartedly do agree. Okay, so I I might as well just add the J.K. Rowling link to the description later on. So, do we have any okay? Peter said got thumbs up. Jens says to Superghost, I've been clearing up misinformation, only to have it presented again by the same person the next day again. Oh wow, that's deep. That's deep. And some people never learn, do they? But hey, we are here on a tangent. I can see, but let's let's go and have a look. And I'll create a poll right now. Now, as for I'll ask you for conclusions, whether or not we have a transphobe or not. Um, Supergirl says evil never rests, and neither shall we. And saying, luckily, I'm not alone. We have 2 votes. Okay. I'll just wait for a moment here, because I think we have three or four. Peter may be watching from more than one device. Okay. Right. Okay, and okay, we have yeah. I think it's time to end the poll because all the viewers have voted and poll, and 100% three out of three say that yes, RuPaul is a transphobe. That we can apparently conclude. But this has been a wonderful stream. At least I think so. We've had some jolly good time, even though the topics have been quite harsh, if you ask me. But anyway, Bertil has returned, and Stefan missed him, and so did I. Um, but I can now say that this coming Friday, past Friday, I was supposed to, well, my intention was to talk. Supergirl says hashtag Stefan for president of humanity. Oh, oh dear, Super Ghost. What do I do with you? Uh, anyway, yes, on this past Friday for Random Friday, I was supposed to talk about a hate speech case in Norway, which is the first verdict based on the current a new piece of legislation. It came out, I believe, in December of last year, so it's been 2 or 3 months now. But I have been lazy and busy, so I haven't had the time to get to have the articles and such translated from Norwegian to English, because myself I don't really speak Norwegian, so I have most of that now um, translated for the most part. But I was supposed to talk about it on Friday, this past Friday, but I didn't because certain other certain other things arose and I had to talk about them or address them on last Friday. But this coming Friday will be the Norwegian hate speech case, which was provided to me. This case was referred to me by someone who prefers to say anonymous. Anyway, it's super interesting. But okay, anyway, until we see on Friday, Random Friday episode this coming Friday, which is Friday the 4th of March. And I will see you then, 9 p.m. UK with Stefan and Bertil. Until then, I love you and bye.